So
They was playing MC Hammer. Let's get it started on my way here. Took me back.
oh, for real?
Yeah.
Look, now how we gonna go live? And I,
What you
it's
doing?
cause I didn't. Oh well.
This dude.
Oops, my bad.
You going live on what? Facebook? Instagram?
No.
What you mean by going live?
No, we live right now. You
Oh, hey y'all.
no,
Oh.
but I don't think they can see you. Hold on, let me.
Okay.
Yeah, I just blacked it out
Okay.
so they can hear when they want to hear. Okay, I don't even know that lady's name. I'll change it later.
Okay.
But dress code at the high schools. That's what I'm about to put. And then, all right. Yeah. Look, I'm pecking. Let me see. Alrighty. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, here we go. There we And we are back.
Hello, world. Here we
I
go.
brought a special guest in this piece, this bitch. You like all them weeds outside?
I was wondering what was going on. I was going to get to that. Yes. Desert landscaping for sure. Okay.
You already know what it is.
Yes.
I'm just trying to do my thing. You know how it go.
Yes.
But
Yes.
anyway,
So what's going on, Warren? Dr. Warren.
oh, you know me. Just another weekend, another day, another dollar. Look, I'm trying to fix this other shit that's recording, but it ain't recording, so fuck it.
Okay.
Oh well. But anyway, same old, same old. What's been going on with you?
Work. Busy.
Work, huh?
Work. You know that Rihanna song?
Work,
That's
work.
it. That's me. Yes.
Oh, my bad. Look, I'm fucking with your vocals. My bad.
I can hear
I
you.
know. But anyway, oh shit, that sound like a computer. But anyway, what did you have going on this week?
Oh my goodness. So just a lot of meetings. But how was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was good.
Did you go Easter egg hunting?
No, I did a whole podcast about the Easter egg hunt. I did a whole podcast about that. I was listening to Ashwa Kwesi. He's one of our scholars, and he was breaking that shit down, like how they told they stole the Kemetic science, and like that Stolen Legacy book. He was like, he didn't mention nothing from that, but he was basically like, they stole the Kemetic science. And I've read a couple of things where it's like Easter is not even, it's Ishtar, and it's the god of sex. It has nothing to do with Jesus Christ dying or none of that.
Oh, I need to read that.
Yes, it has nothing to do with any of that. But it, like Dr. Phil Valentine says, it's all about your belief system. Like me, my belief system is flexible because I already know that, you know, most of the Pau Gasol, Kurt Ramses that's on the wall, that's
Right.
not Jesus.
Right.
So if I know that, I'm like, okay, well, what is this really?
Right.
And you can tell a lot of these holidays are choreographed a certain way.
And just money makers.
You know how it go.
Yeah.
You know how it
Distractions and
go.
money makers. Exactly. Yeah.
I think here's my thing about it. I think that it's all a controlled substance. And the reason why I say I think it's a controlled substance is because like they're the authors of the narrative. So they can basically just be like, all right, well, Jesus blew today. And y'all niggas gonna fuck with it because
That's right.
it's our paradigm, it's our shit. So
Right. Right.
What you gonna say? I think I got it working now. Let's see.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Look, we hood, so fuck y'all.
Our engineer over here.
Man, I know. Trying to have my nephew do it, but I think I got it working now.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see if it's working in a minute. I don't know if it's working now, but we'll see.
Okay.
But anyway, oh, there you go. It is working. Let me cut this shit down. But anyway, no, don't just keep going. Don't worry about this clown ass shit. As long as the YouTube shit is working, and we good.
Okay.
But anyway, I didn't celebrate it.
Uh-huh. I'll have to go back and listen to your podcast.
Go ahead and
I'm
listen
sure
to my
it was
podcast.
good.
Look, I'll just tell you one thing.
Okay.
Easter bunnies don't lay eggs. They lay shit. So with that being said, then everybody should know
Right.
what it is.
Right,
And if
right.
you're not tuning in, this is the No Way Out podcast with the OG member Nuke. Look, we trying to come up with
No Way
names,
Out.
but is it? Did I say No Way Out? What did I say?
You said no way out.
Yeah, No Way Out.
Uh-huh.
It don't matter. Y'all know what it is. God damn. The people that watch this shit, y'all know what it is. Shawnee, my sister and them, they be watching this
Thank
shit.
you for rocking with us.
Hey,
Yes.
and I appreciate it.
Yes.
But I was thinking this. One day we gonna come up with a name, but it's probably gonna already be too late. They gonna be like, clown. Look, there go my sister. She laughing. I didn't even know it was her. Look, I was on a podcast, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm going in. I'm trying to spit facts. And then I see somebody in there, and I was like, who is that? And then I click on it. Man, that's my... And then my dumb ass said on the podcast, oh, that's my sister. Oh, what's up? I was like, man, what the fuck I got going on?
You crazy.
I felt dumb, but anyway, you know what? I didn't. It's not that I'm anti-holiday, cause nigga on Thanksgiving I be sure to look for some motherfucking turkey,
I love some smoked turkey.
and on Christmas and all that, I don't trip off that.
Right.
And it ain't my job. I learned that reading, Nuke. I was like, okay, well, it ain't your job really to, like, Ashwar Kwesi, I was listening to him. He was on this podcast, Brother Rich. Blue Pill, Red Pill always be on there. And he was basically like, it's not my job to change your belief system. It's my job to make you question your belief system.
Right.
So I was like, damn, he right.
Just another angle.
This is another angle.
Right.
So no, I didn't chill. I just, damn, what I do? I did the podcast and watched some clown ass basketball games. But you know what? I've been trying to read. I just got this book. This is another numerology book.
Okay,
Man,
nice.
Nuke, let me tell you, this book had my head hurt. Too much goddamn math for me. So I had to get our brother King Simon. He's a brother. I'm gonna get a reading from him.
Okay.
I'm showing her the books. You already know. I already know about the books. We don't need to talk about the books. You already know.
Okay.
But other than that, what you do? Did you go to church? You had your Easter suit on?
I actually did have my
I
Easter
know
dress.
you did.
Oh, my Resurrection Sunday outfit. Yes, I did. Of course I did.
What you have on? Yellow?
I had on the pastel pink and lavender dress that I got on the clearance rack from a store. I'm not going to say who because we're not giving free advertisements out right now.
Okay, unless they pay us.
But yeah, so I did. I went and just went and visited family, relaxed, had a good time. You know, it rained and then it was sunny. It was
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was all over the place.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I'm happy for people that go to church and do all that.
Mhm.
I can tell you, I ain't gonna speak for my older siblings, but they ain't real, like, if they go, they'll probably go, you know what I'm saying, you know, just to show respect, like we all do. But man, I ain't gonna lie, now I just be like, first of all, it's different now, because when you see how they choreograph the holidays and how it's about money,
Yes.
and how all those other things, it's like, and then I just kind of be looking at the black churches more like, y'all niggas be going along with that shit a lot of the times. I'm not saying all black churches, but a
Right.
lot of churches do. Now, some black churches, they just want for people to come together. Now, I'm with that
Fellowshipping.
in fellowship, but you know, a lot of them churches, man, you know how it is, but some, not all of them is like that. So, it's, you know, it's all good. I don't be tripping.
Right.
I just kind of be like, all right, well, if that's your thing, it's just hard to probably get me. Remember, I'm going to surprise you one day and come to your church. You know I'm going to
You've been
surprise you.
telling me this for years. But let me just say this real quick. To speak to what you said, I love my church because most of them don't dress up during holidays, Christmas, and
See, I like
mean,
that.
they in jeans, t-shirts, comfortable. Some people like to dress up, some don't. And it is what it is. It's more of the fellowship, like you said. And yeah.
No, let me
So.
tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. I've known you, what, 13, 14 years.
It's been a while.
I watch what people do. And let me tell you something. I be joking when I be saying that Nuke is messy. That's the bullshit. It's probably me.
He the messy.
We both messy though. We both messy in our own way.
Yes.
But look, Nuke don't be on no bullshit. For real. Like I watch, and being at that corporate plantation, it makes you become somebody else. But you ain't never did that. So I know if this is your church that you at, I know it's legit.
It is.
Cause I know how you are.
It is. I appreciate that.
And I know how you are, and I know you don't be with no bullshit.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, nah, I'm gonna have to surprise her one day. Even Maya. I knew Maya. I would only go to my church when she was out here because I watched Maya and I watched how she moved. And I'm like, okay, Maya don't be on no bullshit.
Right.
I'll come check your church out.
Right.
Now, Sister Cobweb, on the other hand, she got me fucked up.
She was just here too a few weeks ago.
I was just thinking about her. I'm like, damn, thank you for bringing your, bring your badass kid to podcast day? And then I ain't seen you since.
Yeah, she was here. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, tell her I said hello.
I sure will.
But yeah, I just chilled. I didn't really do too much. I was just chilling, man. Chilling, trying to reading this numerology book. This shit is crazy.
Okay.
It's not. Now when people be saying this, oh, I'm a Sagittarius, so I like to fuck all day, and I'm a such and such, and I like to read the Word of God and all that other stuff. I'll just be like, so what's your soul number? What's your power number? Because Pythagoras, which all these books talk about, which he stole from Africa, by the way. Your numbers, he got this from Africans, the ancient enlightened ones in Egypt, in Kemet. And basically your numbers, everything is a syncopation in a number. So basically what I'm learning now is like you have an inner number, outer number, a soul number. You have a number that's compatible with somebody else. It depends on what your chart is, what moon you're in, what your so your zodiac sign has to line up with your numerology.
This is deep.
That's why I just be looking at people sometimes when they, I hope you don't just take into consideration what they gave us. Because, they put this clown ass shit in the newspaper.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I feel like, I think most us black people, I'll say for us, we know it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. That's why I growing up, I only used to hear black people talk about zodiac signs. I never used to hear white people talk about it. Never.
Right.
That's how I know it's our shit.
Right.
Because
you are right about that.
Growing up, I used to always hear my mom. I used to always hear my sister. Well,
because he a Scorpio.
Because that motherfucker. Because you know how Warren is. He's just like, you know what I mean. Because they both such and suches, and so. Yeah. I used to always hear my mom, my sisters, my cousins, everybody talk about it. Even my brother, he used to say that clown ass shit too. And I used to be listening to him. I'm like, nigga, you just going off what mama said. Wait, let me see. Look, I'll be reading what go in the chat room. That's why I got to get it engineered.
What's going on in the chat room?
Well, she said, these houses are just another reason for people to spend money. So hell no, I don't celebrate that shit. I bet all the black churches had a packed house.
Yes.
See, we grew up in church.
Yes.
So we already kind of know what it is. And people look at us weird a little bit because they look at us like, see, you the only person. See, you already knew when we met, like I was church gigs. I used to be singing gospel songs.
Right.
But most people, once I say, no, I don't really go to church like that. God, go get you. You going to hell. And then if I tell a person, well, hell was invented by Dante's Inferno and Purgatory. Caucasians invented that. That's not real. That's what they invented.
Okay.
Motherfucker be like, no, they didn't. You know how people are, man.
Start with these facial
I'm just saying, you know how people are. So I don't try to do that. I just be like,
you let them believe what they want.
I just be like, you right, God gonna give me.
Yeah.
So I'm
and
glad.
Then which God? Because everybody
got their own God. I be like,
so
you went to heaven? So what happened? Let me know.
Everybody has their own God.
So when I see that shit, I just be like, I don't trip on people on their holidays. Do your thing, man. If you had a good, I look, go back and check out the podcast when you have a chance.
I will.
I just want to let our people know that if you believe in astrology and all that, that's one part of it. That's one part of it. I just feel like there's a science behind astrology, and here's the numbers. That's more of a science behind it because it takes the letters of your name and then you gotta like add like your birth date, and then you add it, and then that's one number, and then you add the month and the year, that's a number, and then you break it back down and it's reduced. It's a lot of math, but
I've heard them do readings over the radio before,
yeah,
so,
numerology,
it's
like King
deep.
Simon, he's dope.
Yes, it's deep.
See, King Simon, he's been doing this for 10 years. This is vetted. And
Okay.
all of the studies are being studied. A lot of the people are getting it from Dr. Phil Valentine. And Dr. Phil Valentine is like, he dope. If you watch Hidden Colors, he's a light-skinned brother on Hidden Colors. He's dope.
Okay.
I mean, he was on a podcast. He had these black sisters. It was funny. He had them so fucked up because he was breaking down about belief systems. And, just, I need you to basically erase your belief system so I can show you. He said, because he started breaking down the Jesus story and the shit that you be hearing me talk about.
Right.
And they were just kind of like this at the end. You know what I mean? So, but hey, to each his own. When people be like, Happy Easter, I just be like, all right, man, Happy Easter to you too.
You normally say Merry Christmas or something.
You
just
know me,
real
I do something
crazy.
fucked up.
Right,
If you be
right.
like Merry Christmas, I'll be like Happy Thanksgiving.
Right.
Or Happy 4th of July or some shit.
Totally opposite.
You
right.
already know how I do.
Yeah, I do.
But look, let's get into it.
All right,
We're
let's
going to
go.
get into it. Okay. What do you think about the dress code for the parents in Houston?
Oh, okay.
What you
so
think
I
of
saw a real
Remember how
briefly,
how
she
the
had
principal,
the bonnet.
yeah,
Okay.
and the principal was like, because I'm looking right now, she
Dress
said no
code for the
bonnets,
parents.
and
Right. What-
I'm trying to look and see what the.
Is
Go
it
ahead.
no yoga pants? Like, what is it? Okay.
What you think about that?
I mean,
Your honest
the
opinion.
dress code for parents dropping off their kids. This is hilarious. First of all, this is crazy that we even have to talk about this.
Facts. Keep going. Keep
So,
going.
I mean, I have two thoughts. So,
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm double-minded right now. One, I like to be presentable whenever I go out, but presentable is,
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. It's to each his own, I guess.
Exactly.
So, but if you're dropping off your kid, I think you should make a good impression or have enough self-respect to look decent when you're dropping off your child, in the public environment. I mean, that's just me. My mother would have beat me if I walked out the house with a bonnet, house shoes, rollers, yoga pants that see-through. I was just raised differently. I mean, I still wear nylons, so
Exactly.
I was raised different. So, and I instilled those beliefs in my daughter as well. However, on the second hand, I mean, to each his own.
I think this. I like your point. Your point is really good. And the reason why I'm saying it's good is because you do want to look presentable. And the reason why you want to look presentable is because first impressions is your last impression. And if they looking at you coming in here like yesterday, they going to be looking at your kid and acting all crazy. But we're only saying this because it's black people. And the reason why, if you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, go to Bishop Gorman and see how them parents look. They look like you got Skeletor in there. You got Tales from the Crypt dropping off their kids. Mm-hmm. But here's the difference. They're jumping out of Range Rovers and Teslas. Mm-hmm. So we not even see that's what
So
irritates me a lot.
Uh-huh.
You get a pass because look at Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. These motherfuckers wear Crocs.
Right.
And holy jeans and white t-shirts, and we don't say shit about them because they got trillions of dollars.
Exactly.
But if I wear that shit, that nigga Warren is, he doing bad.
Right.
You know, niggas gonna be like, man, that nigga Warren out there doing real bad out there in Vegas. I think that nigga on some shit.
He on that stuff.
He on that stuff.
For sure.
And then women gonna be like, ooh, girl, you see Warren? He don't even comb his hair. Girl, no, girl, his shoes was dirty and dusty. Yeah. Because
double standards.
It's a double standard for black people. And then when a black woman does it, you could have done that in private, or you could have started pulling parents to the side and saying, hey, but then again, it ain't your duty to do that because you don't know these people struggling what they got going on.
You don't know. That might be all she had.
And the principal done fucked up. Because you lucky I ain't out there, because the first thing I'd be like, where's your husband at? And let's see your house. Mm-hmm. You better not got no dishes in your sink and been wearing the same panties.
Talk about the carpet. crossroad.
And it better not be no crossroad,
Motocross.
no crossroad. Look like motocross in your living room. See, that's what I'm saying. Those parents were nice because they be
Right.
like, bitch, now how you living? Let's
Right.
go check out your, because everybody
Right.
act like, see, that's the thing, man. That ain't got, look, some parents got to go to work. Some parents work at a hair salon. Some parents,
Right.
like when I used to work at the YMCA, parents used to come in there looking crazy all the time. But man, they got to go to work. They got
Right.
shit going on. Some
Right.
parents work graveyard. So when they pick their kid up, they got to go home, get ready to go to work because they not trying to go to work in they work clothes. They don't want, some people don't want you knowing where they work. Some people
That's
don't
true.
want to get up and get dressed.
That's true.
And bitch, who died and made you the dress code police?
Yes.
Who is you?
How do you give adults a dress code? I mean, parents.
Thank you. And
don't
they
work
was
for
not,
you.
and they was nice enough to me. They was nice enough to me to not even trip, because they could have been like, okay, who the fuck is you
Right. Right.
to be doing that? You
Right.
ain't got no right to be telling us no shit like that. Like
Right.
you basically out of line. I think
And this was a public school, not a private school, right?
this was a public school.
Public school. Not that it matters.
First of all, in no private school, ain't no black woman gonna be no fucking principal, and they ain't gonna be able to call no shots. Them white bitches that get that bitch to fuck. If this is an outrage,
Uh-huh.
we're not gonna have this.
Yeah.
We're voting her out,
Right.
and she'd be the fuck out of there. It'll be just like they did. They did. Joe Clark and Lean on Me, when the lady with the big
Batman.
jaws.
Uh-huh.
She did.
Did she die?
Yeah, she died.
Oh no.
Yep. But
Okay. Rest in peace.
I'll tell you this. I think it's a double standard. And Shawnee Brown say, hey, I got to read from the chat room. She said, hey, family, king and queen, and the
Hello.
motherfucking building. Salute, y'all. I'm driving when I'm listening. Responses may be short. You all good?
Yeah, drive safely.
It be hard because she be saying, when them niggas was in there trolling, just to take a few, when they was in there trolling, man, she was letting their asses have it. She was like, no, they're lying. That's not what's going on. I was trying to like keep it, I'm funny.
Right,
So I was
right.
trying not to laugh.
Uh-huh.
But on this subject, I think if it was Caucasians, this wouldn't even happen.
Right.
If it was Caucasians coming to work, like who did it and why, that black lady would have never said that. And you know why? Because we have all the confidence in the world. Let me just say this. We got all the confidence in the world to go at us. So I want that black lady, that principal, I'm going to look up her name and find out who it is. You keep that same energy towards your boss.
Right.
And your white oppressors, the people
Everyone
that's in
else.
charge of you. You go at all the other races like that.
Yeah.
See, it's so easy to me to be on some rah towards our people and make a statement when it comes to us, but then when it comes to everybody else, we don't say shit.
We let it pass. Mhm.
Like Cory Booker, I call him Cory Hooker, because I feel like he honed himself out as far as getting everybody's vote, and Kamala Harris. They both clowns to me. The reason why I think they both clowns, because every time you ask for reparations, I'm for all
Change.
people.
Uh-huh,
I'm for all people.
Uh-huh.
And it's like,
Everyone's
when I look at
included.
that, when that principal did that, I just was like scratching my head like, okay, you really about to do this shit?
That's
You really
crazy.
about to like tell these parents they need a dress code?
That's
when I
crazy.
know Bishop Gorman costs more than UNLV. You think they tell those parents that's paying $15,000 a year you need to dress better? They don't give a fuck
Absolutely
if they
not.
come butt naked. Just bring your kids in that check.
Yes. Make
But
sure
we
the
don't-
check clear. That's it.
But we the only ones.
That's it.
Do
I have to
you
agree with you, Warren.
do you think we get off on having that energy towards each other? Like, do you think that it was easy for that lady to do that?
I do, especially those who are in certain positions.
Okay.
I do. Yeah, I do.
You do you think? Let me ask you this question. I'll just ask you this.
Okay.
Do you think that being in a position of power, do you think that it gives you some type of satisfaction when you can fuck with somebody that look like you? Does it give you some satisfaction? You think some black people are like that? Let's just call it to the table.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why?
I
Why you think
they
that?
look for the opportunity, some of them.
Stop! I'm trying
Because
not to
sometimes
laugh.
it's just ridiculous.
Why you say that?
I don't know why. I think it's, look at me, I made it sometimes. Or I think
Stop!
I
I'm
made
trying
it.
not to laugh. I'm trying not to laugh.
I do. Sometimes I think it's the wanting to keep the other person down.
Ooh, crabs in a barrel.
Yes, that's it.
You think
so
that is social engineering? What you think?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we do that when we should be uplifting, helping, educating, promoting each other.
I agree.
I mean, if they're worthy and if they check all the boxes, you can't do it for everyone, unfortunately, because everyone's not at that level
That's a
or
fact.
want to be at that level. I mean, some people is just like, this is what it is. I don't want anymore. So it just depends on the situation and what's going on.
Damn, that's well put. You heard it first. That's real, and that's very classy.
But I do see it a lot in corporate America.
Oh,
Absolutely.
look, let me tell you what'd be so funny. Me, I think it was me, not me. I'm talking about when I did a podcast. It was my sister in the chat room. It was my cousin Tamisha. She was in the chat room. And Shawnee Brand, and like we was like kind of going. It was like we was having a conversation, but it was on YouTube.
Okay.
And everybody was just basically like, "You ain't lying," because I talked to my nephew the other day, right? And he was like, "Man, that stuff you be saying on that podcast." He said, "I literally wait until I get to work to listen to it because I always say, listen to me when you're at work because that's when it'll reveal itself. If you listen to me, well, the exception of certain people, they can kind of like draw from it. But I said, listen to me when you get to work." And he said, "Man, I'll be listening," because that's how they do us. They see us as laborers, but this is the cold part, who I think is funny. They got us thinking that we supposed to work 10 times harder than every other race.
Yeah.
And if we don't, we lazy, but we built the country.
Yes. Yes.
That's not funny, but
Yes. It's the truth.
this is what they do,
It
man.
is the truth. And they're so busy watching us and giving us stuff to do that other people
People just, I mean, literally.
stealing, tearing the place down.
Look, literally, on my corporate plantation jobs, all the corporate plantation jobs I've ever had, every job I worked at, I've literally seen Caucasians and witnessed Caucasians basically snort crystal meth in the bathroom and then just be a functioning worker and look like who did it and why. I mean, on some straight scary movie
Disheveled,
type shit. I'm talking about like, what's that show? Not The Nun, not the movie The Nun, but they just be look like The Conjuring, just looking just like that, just crazy, and everybody act like it did not exist. And what irritates me the most is I know we can't get away with that,
Absolutely not.
and that's why I don't really.
Absolutely
I think,
not.
Nuke, I think after what was the last book when I just was like, all right, I'm just not smiling. Not Powernomics. I think it was Black History Reader by Dr. Claude Anderson. I think it was either him. Because I was very upset when I read Dr. Joy DeGrew's book. Because she was breaking down his post-traumatic slave syndrome. And then I was more like, damn, we do feel that way. She talks about how she has to like detox from white people, and this is what we go through with slavery and all this other stuff. But I think after the Black History Reader by Dr. Claude Anderson, because when I read his book, I can hear his voice.
Okay.
Because you can watch him on YouTube, and when you hear his voice and the passion, I ain't gonna lie to you, Nuke. I just was like, you know what? I ain't smiling with these motherfuckers, man.
Done.
At all. Because they just want you to be like, they're so good at making you feel like you're supposed to make them feel comfortable. But when it's your turn to feel comfortable, that's when white fragility kicks in. See, reading those books, at first I was like, I just need to catch up and read. But then as I'm reading them, I'm like, damn, this is
deeper.
fucked up, man. And then when I read White Fragility, man, that white lady was telling all their tricks.
Stop.
That's another reason what made me kind of like, let me just be introverted. Like, let me just step back and watch what's going on. Let me use more of I'm going to just keep to myself. And once you keep to yourself, people don't like that because they just don't know what you're
They
thinking.
can figure it out.
Yeah. And I've had people come up to me, Nuke, and be like, oh, well, everybody's so used to such and such. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter what everybody used to. I'm me.
Right.
I'm not here for everybody else.
Right.
Because I think they feel like once you're in that box, you're there for their entertainment. So if you're not making them feel comfortable or you're not doing things a certain way, they just kind of like, it throws them off. But what made me really laugh, though, is like just seeing people's reaction on how you just shut it down,
Uh-huh.
man, it made me feel good because I was like, this shit
They were
works.
uncomfortable, huh?
I like a motherfucker uncomfortable
Uh-huh.
because then I know how you really feel.
Uh-huh.
What I don't like is how that dress code thing is being fetishized in a way. Now you gonna watch now when parents go to schools. Now you're bringing unwanted attention to my brothers and sisters.
Right.
And
Right.
you know what I call that? I call that coon sambo behavior. That's some coon shit. And the reason why is because, yeah, we can say it. Then why didn't you just have a meeting with the black parents and pull their asses to the side and not publicize it?
Right.
We always like to do shit in public. You know what that's called? A meritorious manumission. That's in Black Labor White Wealth and Powernomics. And in Black Labor White Wealth, it basically talks about how meritorious manumission is when you go tell the dominant society what black people are working on. That's how Denmark Vesey got killed. Because I was reading before the Mayflower, and I ain't trying to make it trying to seem like I'm just saying, like, that's where, and before I didn't know
Speak
that.
on it. Okay.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that Denmark Vesey had this master plan, and it was damn near about to work, and then a meritorious manumission, somebody threw his ass under the bus, and they hung his ass and everybody
It's
else.
always the case, isn't it?
That's what happened with John Brown, the white man.
Always the case.
Like when you hear me say Hayward Shepherd, that's where it's in Black Labor White Wealth. Hayward Shepherd it was a nigga named Hayward Shepherd who got a meritorious manumission where they allowed him to sit on the front porch. When, you know, back in the slave days, you couldn't sit on the front porch.
Right.
So he was able to sit on the front porch, and he saw that John Brown then was coming. So he alerted all the white masters, John Brown is coming. John Brown is coming. And they killed John Brown and everybody else. Hayward Shepherd, dry snitching motherfucker.
Always one.
It's always one. Look what happened with Nipsey.
That's exactly.
He was
what came to
co-opted, but he
mind.
was an op. Motherfuckers was looking at me crazy. I remember my brother was like, nah, nigga, this, you know how LA is, nigga, nah, the 6-0s, they ain't getting along with woo, woo, woo. He was like, you know, and it's a lot of tension. And he, you know, he was just basically saying, but Nipsey was trying to bring togetherness. That's what my brother was telling me, because he out there. So he's like, it's just, niggas didn't like that. I said, John, this, you know, I told him, I said, look, I'll tell you this. After reading these books, especially this book right here, I said, John, I read this book called The Burglary.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
There's nothing you can tell me after that. They will co-opt anyone. Everybody talking about the Reverend Jesse Jackson and the Reverend Al Sharpton. Now, Jesse Jackson, Messy Jesse was right there when MLK got killed. Why you ain't get shot either? Facts. And Al Sharpton is on video corroborating with the FBI. That's why these people are on TV, but we don't know that because we think that's the standard.
Right.
So it's like, people don't even understand. I'm like, shitty cuz, the nigga that shot Nipsey, but people don't know. You know why? Because people, we aggrandize death, and then you're a martyr, and then, you know, Nip, I'm on my Nip shit. I've been talking about that in the podcast, and I'm like, now, y'all want to talk this Nipsey shit, then y'all knew what he stood for?
Now,
Don't just go listen to the CD. Go look at when he was on
All
Tariq
the way
Nasheed's
back.
show,
Right.
and he was talking about doing a Dr. Sabi documentary.
Right.
And let's talk about how he was talking about Vector 90 and technology. And you know he invested in the J. Morrison, or I think more is Tulsa, Oklahoma real estate fund. It's a black mutual fund. Niggas was talking shit about it. I ain't gonna mention that, but I'll fuck with it. And he was like one of the first people that was like, I'm about to invest in that shit.
Okay.
Because he was about stock and bond and real estate. And he was encouraging people not to sell their property because they're gentrifying the neighborhood.
Right.
So when I saw his death, and then, you know, they did a piece out here
Right.
on MLK and Carrie, and what I tell you, we love to dance. We love to be Andre
They
3000.
was shucking and
I mean,
jiving.
just love to dance. And I said, now I want to see how many of us are going to keep that same energy and hold whoever is going to be our next councilman feet to the fire on that leverage. And I'm going to grab see, that's what I'm saying. It's just, we have such a belief system. And if you read Powernomics, you have to leverage your shit. You don't just vote for people just because you know.
Right. What are
Quid
you
pro
doing?
quo.
Right.
What are you gonna do for us?
Right.
How many black people are gonna be working for the city? How many black people are you? And I'm not talking about part time. I'm talking about full time. Why isn't it? I should see. Man, look, I go all over the place, and in the city, I want to see black street sweepers. Why we ain't got these jobs? We're predominantly black on the west side. But when you go on Eastern in Charleston and take Eastern south to Sahara, what type of businesses do you see over there?
All of their businesses.
And their businesses are Latino businesses.
Yeah.
So it's like,
On lock.
we don't understand that, but it's our job to educate us. And it's like, stop just falling for the okie doke. Stop falling for the Obama and the Cory Hookers and the Kamala Harrises as she smile and grin. They just pushing their own agenda. They don't care. Politicians do not give a fuck about black people.
You have to vote your value.
Thank you.
And value your vote, basically. So, just it's not necessarily that they share the same skin color as us. It's what are you talking about? What are you going to do to better me, my family, my neighborhood, my community? Like, what are you putting into place?
Exactly. What kind of discounts are we going to get on the businesses? It should be nothing but black businesses over there. I was looking at the shopping center. I think it's a Latino business in the shopping center next to Bilo.
Oh, I'm sure.
What is that? And we don't say shit.
And there was a black insurance company off of MLK, but now it's no longer.
Because we look at each other through Caucasian eyes, the dominant society. That's why people got to read these books and we got to know what it is, man. I always look at people. I always be telling people, man, like, look, man, you got to educate yourself. I was talking to my nephew and telling him that, man, educate yourself. And it's not a dog eat dog, but in a capitalistic society, and it is a capitalist society. So with that being said, people gonna step on your head. So people that are willing to be on the same page as you, keep them around. The people that are not willing to be on the same page as you gotta get the fuck away from them, man.
That's
You
right.
gotta keep it moving. And we gotta start teaching our young kids how to conduct themselves when they looking for a nice little teammate that they might want to date, or
Ooh,
we
talk about
we gotta know.
Talk
See,
about it.
I was telling me, Shawnee, Brown on the chat room, everybody, and I was like, look, man, I always watch how a person conducts themselves, but two, I watch how they conduct themselves around their teammate who they dating. And people think because it's two black people that they're gonna be pro-black. It might be a coon, or both people might be coons and sambos in that whole situation, because I've seen it. I've witnessed how my people have conducted themselves. A lot of the times, man, I remember I told you that nigga told me you should go sell cars.
Yes. Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Nigga told me, man, you should go sell cars. Yeah. And then when he found out, I bought a crib. Then it was like the shucking and jiving and the backpedaling. Then he was like all embarrassed. And I was so humble. I was like, man, it ain't no thing, man. I ain't tripping.
Right.
But I was still looking at him like, you think as you sit down at a cubicle
Right.
that you somehow better than me.
Not so.
All these people that got degrees,
Not
I be
so.
laughing at their ass. I
Not
be like,
so.
you gonna report to somebody white with no degree, clown.
That part.
When we start loving each other and respecting each other and supporting each other, because these Latinos I don't have no problem with the Latinos. I'll just use them as an example because the dominant society they've allowed it to be that way, because to them, the Latinos are not a threat. Because they didn't build this country, and I would have any battle with any Latino anytime, any day. I don't care if they are a scholar, the Moors or the Indians. Come on, man. All I have to say, when I was on Twitter, this motherfucker was like going back and forth, and I said, well, if we're not responsible for civilization, explain the pyramids. You know what he said on Twitter? Aliens built them.
He did not.
This because but we don't know that because we don't want to empower ourselves, because they put Jay-Z
We
in
haven't been
front of
taught
us.
that. Right.
They put P. Diddy in front of us. I'll say this. We have to stop I was saying this on the other podcast. We got to stop wanting activists to be celebrities and wanting celebrity to be activists. If you're an activist, most activists, they're broke because they're putting their money into the community and they're doing what they need to do to better their community. And celebrities are trying to keep whatever they have. Whatever they've ascertained, they trying to keep it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why most celebrities, they're very, very like, you know, it's a cut and dry. And then like when they feel like they're protesting, when they say something on Twitter or post something on Instagram, and it's like.
But then most of the time they end up apologizing or taking it back because they start
Facts.
losing endorsements and losing this and this, that, and the third. And please.
I just look at that and I just be like, that's why I don't get caught up on celebrityism. That's why when we was protesting Gucci, which I was like, fuck it. Why we were, I don't care about what niggas spend their money on. Just buy black too.
Right.
You know what I just got? I'm going to
What
say
you
it
get?
on no. I'm going to promote them. Freedom Paper Company.
Oh, you have to tell me.
Freedom Paper Company, they sell toilet tissue, black soap, real black soap,
Okay.
and toothpaste that's all organic. Nation of Islam.
Okay. Do they have deodorant? I'm looking for
I think they got deodorant
I'm
too.
looking for the
Yeah, because
deodorant.
I don't even use that much deodorant because that shit is toxic. Oh,
I
and
know, but I'm looking for like the natural.
yeah, the natural. I think they make
Yes.
natural deodorant. No,
Okay.
it's all natural. You know how the Nation of Islam
Okay,
are.
that's what I need.
And then I just got these pills from Tahuti Ma'at Ra. He's another healer out of LA. And
Okay.
he's very reasonable prices too.
Okay.
We gotta start
have
getting
to
back
share,
to the
yeah.
herbals and
We
and,
do.
and
Back
like
to the basics. Yes.
when I be feeling, you know, see, I told you, I do the moringa tea, the elderberry tea. I follow this list of teas that Dr. Sabi, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it's worked. I
Okay.
thought it wasn't gonna work, but that shit worked.
Okay.
Cause you know how they be messing with the weather, and that's a whole nother thing. I
Mm-hmm.
think they fuck with the weather, cause it ain't never snowed 2 days in 1 week in Vegas, and
that
then
was
it goes
crazy.
to 80 degrees and then back down to cold. Cause I think they want more people to get the flu.
Yeah.
They want you to get the flu, to go take the flu vaccination, because that MMR shit is
I
real.
do not mess with that.
Don't
stuff.
mess with that stuff,
I do
man.
not mess with that stuff. Nope. Just practice washing your hands and just stay away from them.
Oh, wait, she said Nipsey had more. Shawnee Brown said Nipsey also had more enemies on his team. Remember when I said don't let Lauren London get a new deal up and coming TV show called
She sure
Games
do.
People Play,
I saw it on Tuesday.
starring who? The
Lauren.
Cubicle. The wow. And let me tell you this too. That's what the system will do. They will allow a person like Nipsey Hussle to make traction, but he didn't have enough global traction because they would have been fucking with him sooner. But they saw how much traction he was making. They co-opted that nigga and had him killed because he was literally telling people, don't sell your property. They're gentrifying the neighborhoods. Like what we be talking about.
Right, all the time.
I'm telling you.
All the time.
I said, man, that's why I be telling people, and I even said, I don't want a whole bunch of people. I like the way the podcast is. I want organic people that really fuck with the show. I don't want clout chasing. If I wanted to, you know, I had videos on there that had thousands of views.
Right.
Like I could,
You could have made it pop a long time
I
ago.
could have done
Right.
so many things, but I
Right.
wanted to be organic because we like to dance. Like them niggas when they was, oh, we represent Nip and, you know, he meant a lot to us. But y'all not understanding that's what the news likes. They like niggas
show.
dancing.
Uh-huh.
Andre 3000, bombs over Baghdad.
Uh-huh.
Just dance. Go ahead and dance. That's all we gonna do is dance and march.
Because they're not going to give you the microphone to someone who's well-spoken or educated, who's really going to break it down.
Yeah, because if they pass me the microphone,
You
the
gonna
first
let
thing I'm gonna say is the fall of our brother Nipsey Hussle is it equals in no, I would say the fall of Nipsey Hussle equals the system of white supremacy. That is a product of the system of white supremacy. If he was a known snitch and the system of white supremacy, the dominant society knows that black people don't do well with snitching. It's so funny how we supposed to snitch, but they don't want the mob to snitch. When we're gangs, we're looked at as decadent and hood and ghetto.
Right.
But the mob was the biggest gang, and they
Right.
looked at as classy.
Right.
John Gotti, he's
We have
classy.
casinos and all
You know,
that
he's
good
got
stuff.
the suits, but us, we hood, we ghetto.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like you got to look at the symbolisms behind that.
Right.
And when you see a brother like Nipsey trying to open up people's minds,
Right.
you got to understand what it is. And our sister Lauren London, I feel heartbroken for them too, the man you was with was a martyr. He was really, they were really that threatened by him.
She knows.
She's got to know this
She
by
knows.
now.
He was, he had some long talks with her. She knows. Yeah, for sure.
And I think I would just say this: the dress code thing, the Nipsey Hussle thing, the kid getting the Justice for Luca. I did a podcast on that. I did that on Easter. I combined it.
Okay.
We were so busy celebrating Easter, which all of us are. That kid's head got bashed into the concrete. He didn't do anything. They pepper sprayed him and everything.
Now, and I haven't heard one thing about this, so bring me up to speed.
Well, there was a lot of these high school kids, long story short, was gonna go meet at a McDonald's in Broward County, Florida, of course. And the cops got there and they were trying to, simmer down the crowd of kids. And one of the black kids kind of, he stood there. He was like, "You need to get back." He's like, "Get back, I ain't doing nothing." Basically, and he sprayed him right in his face with the pepper spray, and then grabbed him, choked him, and then bashed his head into the fucking concrete.
Wow.
15-year-old kid. So they got an attorney, and of course, you got to go through the proceedings.
Right.
And then, of course, they have a black sheriff that's in charge, and he's like, "We can't just make it, well, because you're going to buck dance."
Right.
Just like the white lady who shot and killed that black man in his house, and she said she walked in the wrong apartment. And then it came out that they was fucking and had a relationship.
Right.
Remember?
Whatever happened with that? I haven't really heard anything else about it.
Because it fades to the black.
It
You know
sure
why?
does.
Because our attention span. We
It's
don't
so
focus on
short.
the issues.
We really don't.
We don't. We don't focus
And
on
I've
the
been
issues.
guilty of that as well. So, yeah.
Me too. I
Uh-huh.
look up and I don't. That's why a lot of times, like when I do
If
my
we don't stay on
podcast,
top
I'll
of it,
try to
right.
go over it again and like,
Right.
look, man, like even I've been like, look, y'all love Nipsey so much, then go buy a property. Save your money and go buy a property.
Come on.
I was talking to this young sister today because one of her kids go to Arbor View High School. And she was telling me, and I just, the whole, that was a terrorist act. How those kids was threatening those black kids.
Absolutely.
But they're not going to treat it as that. And then you see that Caucasian sister, I don't know, it doesn't matter if she's Hispanic. You ain't nothing but Mexican people speaking Spanish. You're white people speaking Spanish. That's all you are. So she's, did the color thing, and she didn't even know she did anything
I have
wrong.
my own bias.
Do you really? But these are the people that are our
And
elected
she needs
officials.
to be removed.
Exactly. And people don't understand this. You're moving by yourself, but you're a force when you're together. So if everybody gets together and say, okay, now we're about to start voting these people out and voting these people in, and if they don't look like us, they got to get out of here. Like I always say, the historic West Side should be predominantly black people, not Latinos, not nobody else. It should be our people. But we are so open to everybody else, and then we don't have anything.
Right.
You see a Marianas, you see, and let me tell you something, no diss, but goddamn, y'all, my Latino brothers and sisters, y'all need to get y'all cleanliness is next to godliness. And y'all need to get y'all cleanliness together because y'all be on Dirty Dining. If it ain't y'all, it's the Chinaman and the Korean man that's always on Dirty Dining. And
all the time.
we will leave our neighborhood to go get some shrimp fried rice. When's the last time you saw a China person buying some barbecue from Annie's?
Never.
Or going to Grits?
Never.
Never. But we
Ever.
always go support
Never,
them.
Ever.
That's why I don't even go to the swap meet and buy the shit from the. I did not like that.
I've been there years.
It's all them catering to our people. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I bet you, but we'll purchase from them. But when it comes to us, we have we gotta. But I think it's knowledge of self.
Right.
I encourage people.
Which
know?
is why, Warren, not to cut you
No,
off.
no, go
I
ahead, say it.
said we have to do some workshops. We have to.
Look. Let me tell you something. Me personally, I don't think nobody gonna come. I shouldn't have that mentality.
I
Ain't
do.
nobody gonna want to listen. Look, my nephew will listen to me,
I do.
and my niece will listen part of the time. Desiree, she'll listen part of the
They
time.
will come. They will come.
But the millennials,
They will come.
it's hard to get the millennials.
You can relate to them.
I can't.
They will come. Now, we may have to be creative with drawing them in, but I think once they're there, they will be attentive.
Well, because I know how to.
They will draw.
I know how to talk their. I know how to talk their language.
Yeah, well,
Because their language is drink, smoke, and fuck. That's their language.
okay.
And I know that's what it is.
Right.
And oh man, I'm trying to get on the ground. I'm trying to see what
And
these bitches is talking about.
in between that, you can drop
Drop
some
the
jewels.
Okay? Because I
Yes.
think I look at it like this. I always look at it like this. Each one gotta teach one.
Right.
And you can teach the ladies.
And it takes a village. Right.
Okay? You can teach the ladies. Let me tell you something. At the Court Plantation. The Court Plantation lucky my family member ain't up there. Cause we'll be calling a lot of these bitches to the floor. especially if my family said, man, oh my God. They be like, Warren, did you just see that bitch? Oh, that bitch is a hoe. For real.
Tatiana.
Man,
What's that
for
song?
real.
Bust down. Is that what they
Bust
call them
down.
Bust down, yeah. Okay.
And a lot of us, I hate to say it, we need Sambo. We need Sambo rehab. And we need to go to Coons Anonymous. And the reason why is
There go
because
your training topics right there.
man, we need Sam. I was Sambo. I was a coon because my mind was
We've all played
been
the part.
encapsulated like Louis Anderson. I started off washing dishes, but next I'm gonna go to fries.
Uh-huh.
That's where the real bucks are,
Uh-huh.
and we all have that mentality. You know, we think because they see. Our model of success is what they give us. Some Caucasian family with the 2, 3, 4 kids with the Range Rover and the Cadillac
house.
Escalade and the 4-car garage and all that. And it's like, but those people normally are miserable. And then we model our behavior after that. Like when I hear white Caucasian people talk about finance, you can't relate to black people because you don't have our struggle as far as using that model for black people. Now, it'd be different if a Caucasian's like, no, it's going to be a lot harder for you because you're going to deal with race. Everybody not like me. You're going to deal with racist motherfuckers.
Right.
I respect.
If they keep it real.
If they keep it real, I respect any race that's like that.
Right.
I just don't like that we don't take financial stability more serious. And it took Nipsey Hussle to be a martyr for people to be like, maybe I need to get my money shit together.
And I think most of it is we don't know where to start with budgeting. And I think it starts, like I said, you just have to go back to square one, the ABCs. And
Yes.
if you just start off with the basic information and build up on that, then I think a lot of us will be better off.
I concur.
If we want to.
I concur. And last thing before we get off, we got a couple of minutes. I would say this, Nuke. The gentrification about to be real out here in Vegas. See, y'all ain't never dealt with gentrification.
No.
See, I know what it is. 'Cause I come from California, so I know what the fuck they do. Man,
But I mean, if you ride on the west side, you can see.
they don't. The people on the coast that's behind Andre Agassi, they still out there chilling,
They-
barbecuing. They don't know that they're gonna tear that shit down and probably put it back. I guarantee you, it's gonna be where the Moulin Rouge was. They're gonna probably put a Lowe's or something right there,
I can see that.
or a Home Depot.
And it's too bad they didn't rebuild that.
Why would they do that?
Right.
They don't want nothing. Look, eventually Jackson Street. You see, they build up Jackson Street. They do all that, and they have us. Oh, you did? No, they didn't. They did that because they know that land, that money, that's gonna be worth money. All that area over there. That's why the Tenaya Creek is over there.
Now, I didn't fact check this, but I heard that they declared that as historic ground over there.
It's exactly. It's supposed to be,
And-
but just like eminent domain. Well,
Right,
we're white,
right.
and I say so, and you guys are niggers.
Right.
So we'll just do what we want to do. And
True that.
look at how they think, and I know how they think because know thyself and know thy enemy. I know how they are. All you gotta do is just go on the west side and watch. One day I'm gonna just take my nephew down there and we gonna walk up and down. I just want him to just watch, like in the Matrix when he walked him through the training module, and he was just walking, and everybody was just drones, just walking. He said, and he looked at that girl. He said, "Freeze it," and then he said, "Look again," and it was an agent. And it's like we don't understand. We think because people come amongst us, the Latinos and everybody else, Latinos, they take their money and get back to their community. They don't give a fuck about y'all.
Right.
You're not gonna see. They'll go to McDonald's and Burger King and everywhere else before they
Most
go to
cultures
Annie's.
do. Right.
They're not gonna deal with Annie's. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're not gonna deal with Grizzly. And I'm not saying as if I go there all the time, but like I said before, damn it, if I gotta go and just eat, just lick the damn barbecue sauce, I'll buy some potato salad or something. I'm gonna have to cheat that day, and you know what I mean, because I just want to support.
Right.
And we gotta do better. It can't just be Doolittle.
Right.
It's just every time you hear about Doolittle, it's nothing else. You never hear them talk
They
about.
say Doolittle. They say the
West Las Vegas
Arts
Library.
Center. They and the Art Center.
I thought about opening up a bookstore. A real bookstore.
Nice.
Where we can do poetry and we can have like Blue Pill, Red Pill, them come
like it.
all the time.
I support that.
And we can do, say it again, Shawnee. Say it one more time. She in the chat room, she said, "No, you have to be here more often. The views are up." See? Because because I always be talking about you, but I know motherfuckers that's probably new. Like, who the fuck is new? This nigga's lying. Next, for real. She be busy, for real. But and when you at the corporate plantation and they will use and abuse, and it's very difficult because that's your means of income. But
Right.
I've been thinking about, like, really thinking about just like, you know what? Doing a
I
bookstore.
support that.
And just doing not something too big, but something nice and quaint. And then we can have like guest speakers like Blue Pill, Red Pill, Professor Griff. And we can have like comedians that are for us though. Like a Corey Holcomb. Because he'll call them raise motherfuckers out in a minute. Like people like that. That could talk to our young audience. And do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because they have like a poetry thing and a neo soul thing, but that's at the Blue Martini, and they was on Dirty Dining for a roach infestation. So why would I even want to touch anything in there?
I haven't been back since then.
Shawnee said pimping ain't easy. Because I said you was a madam. I said you was a madam.
Sonny, do not believe him.
She lying, y'all. She lying. She don't want the feds to get a hold of this information. Now, I thought about that, then I thought about opening like a hip hop lounge, like how they had in Philly. Like that's how Jill Scott, Bilal. You know, I'm into that. That's how Bilal and Music Soul Child. You can just go up there and sing. And since I'm born and raised in music, I know real talent when I can see.
Let me say this: I did a paint event at Danny Boy's location. Have you been to his location? Danny Boy, they used to sing. He sung with Tupac.
Yeah, you talking about Danny Boy? Yeah, the singer.
That dude sung. Oh my goodness.
Where was you at?
It's downtown. We'll have to go.
Let me know.
We'll have to go.
Oh, he can blow. He cold.
And he has a restaurant.
Danny. Oh,
he's the cook.
Because I think after the death he did a thing on Vlad TV and he was talking about how he kind of had to venture off and do his own thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he what's the name of his restaurant downtown?
Oh my goodness. It's escaping me right now.
But you
I
know
have the
what? A
information.
lot of people moving out here
I have
from
the information.
California.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go chop it up with him.
Yeah.
Very, very talented brother.
Oh my goodness.
Is what kind of
my
food is it?
goodness. Like salads, chicken, just.
I'm telling you,
just
man. We gonna do
simple
it.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Screwhead. He in the chat room. I live in Houston. You know what I think too? In the chat room, people be shy. They don't want to be saying nothing. Cause you know Yvette was in the chat room one time.
Was she?
Yeah, she was in the chat room and she said hello. Then my homeboy Leo was in the chat room. Cause the
Well,
people,
say
you know,
something. Say
cause
what's up.
they don't be want to say nothing. But Shawnee be having me dying laughing. And Screwhead too, cause they be having real shit to say. But you know what I wanted to do too, and I'm gonna do it. That's why I got to get with my nephew, and he's gonna be kind of like the person. I got to get a camera. If not, I got a clown ass iPhone somewhere, and then we just gonna walk around and interview people about real shit though.
Okay.
Not just racist shit, but we gonna interview about just relationships. Not even that, about your financial. Like, what do you think about money? Where does the money come from? What do you think about gentrification? Do you know what gentrification is?
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have to edit the shit up,
Right.
and then put it on there. And it's a lot of things I want to do. I want to touch on the little rap scene that's downtown too.
Okay.
Because this is one thing that I found that's so crazy. All this talent in Vegas, but we do not want to work together. Everybody thinks they're a superstar because they're on Instagram. But look, and this is no diss. I probably got more talent in my index finger than a lot of motherfuckers got in their whole body. But I'm very humble.
Right. Right.
I'm very humble. But if you saw me in my real element, you'll be like,
Uh-huh.
that boy is good. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
I'm actually pretty talented.
I
You know what I
do.
mean? But
Uh-huh.
and I know talent when I see it. So I just be like, but if we humbled ourselves, we would be dominant. You know what I mean? But we don't. We those are just things, and I think that's a lot of reading, and we're revered as the gods, so we just gotta kind of get that shit together. But we do need to go downtown. We just gotta.
do.
You be busy,
just need
and
to
soon
plan a
as soon
day
as
and
we figure we have it,
Right.
I had to hit you up. Nope, I'm
always
still at work. Do you feel what I'm
I
saying?
do.
And it's like
it will happen.
and it's I'll tell you this, Nu, before we get off, and it's hard because this is for our people.
Right.
And if you're not popping, they don't fuck with you.
Right.
So
That's true.
I had to be mentally secure, mentally tough, and mentally bold because it's very easy for me to make the Coon Sambo videos and get a whole bunch of likes
Right.
and get a whole bunch of people to my page. And then when I start talking about the real shit, they're not going to want to listen anyway. And
lose 'em.
I don't want to have a whole bunch of people on this page listening to us and they don't even give a fuck.
Right.
I want people that's really like, hey, I just got such and such book.
Right.
It's a good book. You know,
Right.
such. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because
Give us some information. I'm sure.
if you can't impact, oh, they be giving me books all the time.
Yes.
If you can't impact people in a positive way, then what's the point of even being on here to me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because there ain't no point to me. But what you got going on this weekend?
This weekend, I'm actually going to look into a martial arts class. So, yeah.
Oh, what you taking? I gotta start taking martial arts too.
I'm going.
I wanna
what
take-
is it, Krav Maga?
Oh, Krav Maga. See, I want to take
Yes.
jujitsu.
Yeah. Well, they offer all of that, but I want to start.
Okay, is it at a rec center or at an actual
It's
sensei?
at an actual gym.
Was he Chinese?
No, he's black.
He black?
Uh-huh.
Where he at?
He's off of Charleston and like Valley View.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to check him out. If he a
Yeah,
brother.
Yeah.
Because you know that shit started with us anyway. So, do he look like Billy Blanks?
I don't know who Billy Blanks is.
Billy Blanks. Billy Blanks is a bald head black nigga that look like Michael Jordan.
Okay, then yes.
Hey, man, and she just gave us a number, 215-965-1559. I went to the store and called them if y'all get a chance. They ship products and books. It's a
Okay.
bookstore. Shawnee, is that Mark Lamont Hill's bookstore in Philly? Because he got a bookstore, and I don't have no problem with Mark Lamont Hill. He just started talking shit about Frances Cress Welsing, and I didn't like
You
that.
weren't feeling it.
Nah, she's
Okay.
one of our forefathers. Why would you talk shit about her? The ISIS papers. She's okay. Remember in Boomerang when Martin was like, "See, because the pool table in the 8 ball, which is the black ball, has to knock every ball in that's knocked in by the white ball. What's the last ball has to go in? The black ball." He got that from Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. That book.
Okay. Look
And,
at that.
and let me tell you something. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, call me a fool. But when she was talking about the black bull, I Googled that shit. It's hella what motherfucking Latino, Chinese, white bitches acting. They want a black bull. Basically, a black nigga to fuck the shit out of them. She talked about that in that book. And you know my ass gonna Google it.
Yes,
especially
of
when
course.
especially when it's on some sexual
Of
shit.
course
I
you
wanna
are.
know.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so that's what it is. Let
Uh-huh.
me start calling myself a black bull, see if I can see what I can get from that shit. I'm like, oh, she wasn't lying. But
Well,
the shit is
I mean,
real.
look at reality.
But anyway, hey, this is the No Way Out podcast. Y'all know what it is. Fuck out of here. Hey, man, we about to get out of here. I'll be hitting y'all up on Sunday because I do a podcast on Sundays, too. I like to
Okay.
do it right after people get out of church. So you
Go
get
you.
that religion and you can get this
And
religion.
get the, okay.
So-
you kind of like Kanye with his own little church.
Kanye. But anyway, hey, this is the No Way Out podcast. We appreciate y'all listening. Hit the bell, subscribe button. Hey, man, show Nu you appreciate her. And
appreciate
hey, I know my sister says a good idea on the books. I think I'm about to do that.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it off air.
Yes.
All right, then, y'all. We'll holler at y'all.
Bye. Peace. Be
Peace.
safe.